You.
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 24. I honestly haven't been keeping up. I was off of the app,
Uh-oh.
but I know what the topic is.
So why should the top guys care what the bottom women think?
I honestly feel like they shouldn't,
Okay.
because we all get like the same 24 hours. We all know what we want at the end of the day. Why should I lower my standards and my thinking for someone who doesn't put in the effort and energy that I put in? So I honestly think that they shouldn't care what the average female thinks. But I mean, I've been watching you and I'm kind of confused. Like, you speak on like bigger women and stuff like that. And I'm a bigger woman. Like, I definitely have curves and stuff like that. And I know that it's important to be healthy, but why should me being big stop a high value man from wanting me? Like,
Because they don't want you.
okay.
Then you just said it.
Well, the thing is like if you twist this around and say, why don't you want a guy who's just as big as you? Then they'll say some nonsense like big and big don't go, or there'll be crickets.
Why should somebody who's up here, who's put in the work, care about what somebody who's down there ain't put in the same kind of work?
True.
Hold on. I'll let you speak. Unadulterated. A man puts his work in outside and competing in the world, making himself high value. A woman puts her work in the gym and in the mirror to look good for him. Because that's what men value. Not only, but that's where it starts. So you asking why should that preclude you? Because where in the world do men who are already high value as the norm pick big women?
What if I was like on my way to
Where in the world do men who are already high value pick big women?
If it was reversed, where in the world do women pick, broke men to help them survive? And it's okay. Minus the United States. Minus some first world countries. There'll be crickets. Because she knows the answer. But because of feminism and women, woke women, not all, want the right to bully men into accepting them for who they are. Yet the roles were reversed. They would never accept a man who is subpar below their standards. And sadly, this is the world we are in.
You're right.
See, the fact of the matter is, you want an unfair deal. He's high value. He's up here. Your value's here, but yet you want him. But yet you just said it. Why should somebody who's up here care about what somebody who's down here think? But it's different when it comes specifically to you. Why?
I guess that's just the way my thought process is. But
well,
I want to understand though. Like, I want to actually.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? Like 5'7".
Just
like 40.
Okay,
man,
hold on, don't. So you're about the size of a fullback. Okay? You weigh more. I mean, we don't even have fullbacks anymore. Mike Allstott will be proud. You weigh more than a man.
Okay, that was harsh. That was harsh. It made the point a little bit more clearer, but that was harsh. But the fact of the matter is, she would never date a man her size, her height, with her weight. And you want to have a man who's worked hard in the gym, has abs and everything, ripped, to want to accept you, but you're not the same. This is why people are clowning Lizzo when she wanted to get with Chris Evans. And Chris Evans couldn't really say what he wanted to say because the cancel culture will be on his neck. But this is the uneven advantage. Women want men with a 1950s mentality, but women want to have a new age woman mentality. And you wonder why there's such a high rate with cat ladies.
as a matter of fact, you weigh twice as much as you should. And that is something that is 100% in your control.
Accountability, right?
So, a man can't control how tall he is, things like that, but he can't control how hard he works. What does that say to a man? That you are undisciplined. What does it say? You're lazy. That you're not willing to put in the work. And you're talking about wanting a man who's the top 10% of workers, the top 10% of the most disciplined men. Does that sound like a fair deal?
No, but what if I'm on my way to a better? I'm not gonna eat, out no more. I'm gonna make me a smoothie and eat some.
So you want.
What if a man wasn't making that much money as she was overweight, her height, and said, well, what if I'm on my potential? What if I'm getting there to make more money? He's not there yet. But what if I'm there to get that? You should give me a chance. There's the thing with potential. It's not tangible. This is why you don't date people with potential, because it's up in the air. It's not concrete. It's not solid. Plenty of people right now, women who are now single mothers because they dated potential, because they trusted a man with potential.
You want him to date you on your potential?
No, not on potential.
Well, you said, hold on, listen, man. You said, I'm on my way.
Right.
That's potential. Potentially, you're going to be better.
Right.
That's dating you on your potential. Then you gone over the subway and date a man on his potential.
Do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Do you want to earn more views?
So y'all are all right with the double standards that benefit you guys. How about a better question? Why don't you get with a man who's on your level?
Well, I mean, I would say
Here come the excuses now.
that I am seeing someone who's on my level. But here's the thing. He's super duper healthy. He has a nice body. I mean, a nice body. He's not fat. He works out. He's clean. He motivates me. He inspires me to be better. And
Does he make a lot of money?
He makes probably an average $40,000 a year.
So that means he's about is he black?
Yes.
That means he's about an average earner black male. So why don't you just stick there? Sound like he won.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
He's the average black man in this country makes $42,000 a year, roughly $21 an hour. If he makes $40,000, that's $20 an hour.
Right.
Why isn't that? Why aren't you guys going out? Why aren't you guys just getting married and going down the line?
Well, I mean, we just started seeing each other. Things are kind of, still fresh.
But you came in asking about high value, and that's not.
I just like watching your show. It's not.
But what I'm saying is, more people need to get with people that are like them.
Absolutely.
And see,
she doesn't really believe this. She doesn't like this. If you had an argument with her outside of these internet streets, she'd be cursing and hollering. I don't want to hear that Kevin Samuels crap. I believe what I believe, and a man is sexist, blah, 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 blah. Especially she was with family members. They'll all rally with her. Okay? Because they're all lonely, cat ladies, and divorced. And they want a man that is out of their league. Okay? She doesn't want that man who is within her league because that man doesn't have the money she desires to live on. That's basically what it is. Okay? It's funny how you could tell a man to stay within his lane, but when you tell a woman that, you committed a crime against humanity.
We don't tell men who are short and broke that they should get dime pieces, but we tell women who are unfit and average that they can get a high value man all the time. But it makes no sense because the men don't want that. And then when the man turns around and says, that's not what I want, we try to ask the man questions like, why not? Well, then why don't bad chicks date broke short dudes?
Well, see, I've always thought, your looks is what's going get their attention, and you know that's what someone should like about you. But doesn't that fade away? You know,
Do you have
the
any
way
brothers?
someone looks is gonna change.
Did
But
they-
That is something you say when you are married. Okay, when you have somebody, when you're married. Don't get me wrong, you can't go on looks alone, but that's what gets you through the door as a woman. That's what gets, you know, I'm sorry, but you see, they say these things, but they wouldn't date an ugly man. But they want you to date an ugly woman. This is the nonsense of feminism.
You have any brothers? You have any brothers?
yeah, I have 3 brothers.
Then you should understand that men are visual creatures. And even in what you're saying is true, then you should be the best right now. I don't want your faded 60-year-old looks today at 24. Give me a hot 24. I'll deal with the wrinkle 60 when it gets here. But when I got a busted 200 and 300 pound, it's only gonna get worse.
But yeah, I get
You get what I'm saying. I'm not talking about you specifically, but I'm saying
right.
it's what you're doing, ma'am. It's still a way of asking the men to settle.
Right.
Why? We keep asking, but why? Well, why? And what you're really saying, why don't you just settle for us? Why don't you just accept us for what we are? But you don't settle for men.
They would never settle for a man with a pot belly, arms flabby, okay, low libido, okay, just overall fat, nasty, poor hygiene, low finances. Never will settle for that. But you want men to settle for a woman with a very long waistline, you know, covers her private parts. Basically, it's like a hood of a car. It basically looks like that. Settle for, you know, making love to a woman who's extremely overweight and hard breathing when she's on top. I am being very honest here. Okay. I'm being very honest. Settle for that. Settle for this, for the odor that comes with dating overweight women. I'm being honest here. But you would never settle for that from a man. This is the situation here. And a lot of women are not willing to look at the mirror and see that they have work to do, but will look at a man and say he has all the work to do. Again, this is why women are getting clowned and they getting told the truth, in contrast to liberal media telling them that they're fine when they're not. And then they want to cry and play victim, just like Lizzo.
Settle to an American woman is a dirty word.
Right.
Any other question? Like, I think this is a good back and forth. You stay respectful, and you know, you just got to understand that it has to be fair.
Yeah.
They don't want that. They do not want that. Women will get very violent when you tell them the truth at times. Very. All right. So let's just cut that. And I'm going to go into this story right now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that. Show you something. Because it's getting to a point where, you know, one of these days, men are not just gonna put up with the nonsense that's coming from this woke culture. One of these days, and they're gonna have to deal with it. That's just it. They're gonna have to deal with it, and they're gonna have to just either make a choice, like men have to make a choice. All right, we are either going to work out, lose the weight, get muscular, get better jobs, work on whatever talents we have to make it in this world, or we settle for being alone. That is what they're going to have to deal with. Okay. It's the same thing with, women. They're going to have to understand something. And it's going to be very harsh. And I'm going to say it just like Kevin Samuel said. Either you're going to fix what you need to fix, or you're going to die alone. That's it. That's the only way to it. All right. A lot of women are not gonna like it, but that's just basically it. Okay. They're basically gonna have to understand that this anymore with the culture today. Not gonna put up with it. All right. They're not. They're simply not going to do it anymore. They're gonna stand up and they don't care who shames them, who the feelings they hurt. They're just gonna be like, you know what? You need to hear this. Okay. Stop trying to make us want you when we don't want you. Okay. That's it. You're fat, you're overweight. It's not happening. Women have the right to say, you're short, you're fat, you're broke, you don't make much money. I don't want you. Fair is fair. But if you do that, oh my gosh, you're an animal. But didn't you want equality? Now let's get into the story. Facebook will delete hateful remarks made on Lizzo's page and ban related accounts after she dealt with fat shaming and racist trolls. She brought this on herself, though. Okay, she brought this on herself. Facebook sources say the company will scrub nasty comments left on Lizzo's Facebook and Instagram pages after the artist earlier this week vented on social media about receiving fat phobic and racist remarks after the release with Facebook, which told TMZ that accounts of trolls have been removed from the social media site in the wake of the abuse Lizzo 33 received, and that it will remain vigilant in removing toxic remarks aimed at the musical artist. What about the abuse of Lizzo knowing she's overweight, active, showing all that flab in front of all men to see? Okay. What about the abuse Chris Evans suffered being asked to to date her? What about the abuse of other athletes who've been trolled to date her? Okay. What about that? Huh? How about that? What about the abuse of that? Okay. Her posing nude when she know to an audience of people that you know are not attracted to you. What about the abuse they suffered? Huh? What about that? Those half naked pictures, people should sue for abuse, you know. I know that's been traumatizing to some men who are not into big women. Reps for social media networking companies spoke about their plans 2 days after Lizzo took to Instagram Live Sunday to express her anguish over fat shaming and racist reactions in response to rumors her collaboration with Cardi B. Okay, she looks nice here. But here's the thing, Lizzo, you're not Chris Evans. You're not. Most men are not going to want this. Then I hate to say it. Look at her arms. Look at her arms. Most men do not want to have your arms around them. They'd feel like they're hugging a. They feel like they're like someone's paw is on their shoulder or a bear. I'm being honest here. If they do not like you, it's gonna be repulsive, and that's just how it is. You have to fit into the brand of men who like you, and you may not like them. And if you don't like them, then that means you have to change your weight. That's it. Okay, that's how it is. If men are fat and they're unattractive, repulsive to women, then that means they have to change they have to get in the gym and work out. That's it. People say crap about me, but that doesn't even make sense, the singer said in a candid social media clip in which she used a tissue to wipe away tears. It's fat phobic, it's racist, and it's hurtful. If you don't like my music, cool. If you don't like rumors, the song, cool. But if a lot of people don't like me because of the way I look, Lizzo, you're putting yourself in situations that make people judge you. That's why. It's not your look, it's your actions. I'm putting so much loving energy into the world, and sometimes I feel like the world doesn't love me back. It does. Listen, you want to force men to like you. It's not going to happen. And you need to ditch your friends who are saying it's okay to be fat and overweight and obese. If that's cool, if that's what you want to be, cool. But you better pick men who are into those types of women. And stop harassing men, athletes who are not. Look at the girls they're into and look at you. That's basically what it is. Okay. And they don't want you. And move on. But you don't want to. You want to keep playing this game and you keep getting hurt. Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. And The World Don't Love Me Back, the recording artist whose real name is Melissa Vivian Jefferson. The world don't love you. The world don't even know you. They just listen to your music. It doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, you're still going to have people that have something mean to say about you. Truth Hurts artist said that for the most part, the negativity doesn't hurt her feelings, but her patience and tolerance is lessened amid a grueling schedule of writing, performing, and promoting. But the reaction to rumors has been an exception. Oh, give me a break, man. I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel any bit of pity for you because you're putting yourself out there to look like a clown. Okay, everywhere you go, you want to twerk. What do you think they're gonna think? They're gonna think you're some cheap woman that's looking for validation everywhere you go, and the wrong type of validation. I'm more sensitive, and it gets me. I feel so down. It hurts so bad. The Detroit native said, adding that she's been working overtime on a daily basis, making and promoting her music, even following a root canal procedure. How about going to the gym and working every day at the gym? In the ancient Greek themed video, which premiered Friday, Lizzo and Cardi B reunited since their last work on the 2019 hit film Hustlers. Cardi B took to her defense in a tweet imparting her own wisdom on the topic of her own on how to mentally deal with the haters. Cardi B is the last person to talk to. Because to be honest, if this is about money. And if they told Cardi B, listen, if her people in charge of her would say, look, Cardi, you're gonna have to ditch Lizzo. People want the thin look. They want the slim, thick look. You think Cardi B is gonna stick around with Lizzo? No. When you stand up for yourself, they claim you're problematic and sensitive. She said, when you don't, they tear you apart until you're crying like this. Whether you're skinny, big, plastic, they're going to always try to put their insecurities on you. Remember, these are nerds looking at the popular table. Cardi B also shared screen grabs documenting the early success of rumors, while adding that body shaming and calling her mammy is mean and racist. But you're putting yourself out there to look like a cheap Happy Meal. For everybody to look at you either look at you as a sex object or to look at you as something disgusting to behold. That's it. Why do you think Cardi B don't have the problems you have? Besides the fact of her drugging somebody and stealing their money and dating and marrying somebody that has cheating with half of Hollywood behind her back because she's slim. That's why. Why do you think Cardi B doesn't have the problems you have? And Cardi B could get the money, could get the bodybuilders and the athletes. You do know that, Lizzo. You do know that. But you want that same circle, but you're not willing to work to get in that circle. Rumors is doing great. She said, stop trying to say the song is flopping to dismiss a woman's emotional bullying or acting like they need sympathy. The song is top 10 on all platforms. Jamila Hill also chimed in expressing her disgust over the nasty social media communications Lizzo's had to contend within the wake of the song's release. Lizzo makes songs about people spending energy trying to bring women down. Jamil said, Twitter erupts in abuse about her talent and mostly her appearance, and then she cries on IG while addressing now how damaging this culture is, and she gets made fun of for crying. This is so messed up. It's not messed up. You're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Look at this, man. Look at this. Only a certain type of men like this type. She's not getting it. Only a certain type of men like big girls. That's it. And there's a certain type of men that like fitness chicks. Why do you think Brittany Renner was able to get PJ Washington? Why do you think Brittany Renner was able to get who else? Drake, Lil Uzi Vert. Look at Brittany Renner. Look at Lizzo. Think PJ Washington wants Lizzo on top of him every night? Do you think Drake would want Lizzo on top of him? I hate to be this way, but this is the truth. And women get mad and cry and say all this crap. But this is the truth. You wouldn't want a big man on top of you. Why would a fit man want a big girl on top of him? Unless he likes big girls. She continued, this app has spawned, encouraged, and celebrated the most depraved, dehumanizing, depressing side of human beings. It's not funny that you're hurting someone innocent, cheerful musician's mental health. It's not going to take back the pain of whatever school bullies did to you. While you pile onto and enjoy the pain of a black woman who literally only tries to uplift other people, while not spending your time piling onto and going after actual abusers and predators. It doesn't make you cool. It highlights what a useless, irrelevant, vicious pig you are. Okay. All right. But what about the way she's been going after men who don't like her? What about that? You're going after men who do not like you. Instead of trying to fit into that lane, you want to just try to force yourself and then force them to like you. That's the problem here. Things are not going to change. You're still going to get clowned. You're still going to, unless you start dating men within your own lane. Men are told dating within in your own lane, and we have to accept it. Quick. Women tell them that, they have a short circuit. Tell me what you think in the comments. Have you ever dated a person like this? Have you ever had a friend who was like Lizzo and you tried to tell them, I want to hear from women. Women in the comments. Have you ever tried to tell your female friends that they have to lose the weight in order to like certain guys who do not like big girls? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe later.